The sea is a savage place, and those that travel had best be willing to pay the price of challenging Umberlee's domain. All should know the Bitch Queen and fear her, for the wind and wave can reach everywhere if sufficiently angered. Fair offerings bring fair winds to sea travelers, but those that do not pay their respects will find that the sea is as cold as Umberlee's heart. Spread the word of the might of Umberlee, and let no service be done in her name without a price. Make folk fear the wind and the wave, unless there is a cleric of Umberlee to protect them. Slay those who ascribe sea and shore storms to Talos. This dogma describes largely what Umberlee is all about, and I apologize for the derogatory term Bitch Queen. This is not a handle I invented, but that is how she is referred to by many in Toril. And not without reason, mind you. For in D&D, gods are very real and often take interest in mortals' affairs. They can even at times be the main villain in an adventurer's campaign, for the gods gain power from being worshipped, and while there are many ways to go about being worshipped, fear proves to be very effective in Umberlee's case. Reflecting their goddess's chaotic nature, there is little in the way of an organized clergy of Umberlee. Her priests roam the coastal cities. They are charged with preaching respect and warnings of doom she has wrought in the past, and the coastal storms that could threaten the coastal cities. Her clergy also seek to gain her favor, for if they are ever in danger at sea, to be washed up on the shore safely. For one of their rites is also based on this, and something a priest of Umberlee must endure. A novice cleric of Umberlee would at times undergo a ritualistic drowning. If they survive, they were confirmed in the service of the Queen of Depths. Her priests wear colors of waves and storms, and they decorate themselves with items that remind others of the sea's dangerous nature. Shark-tooth necklaces, seaweed wrapped around human bone, and so on. The preserved hand of a drowned person is thought to be a particularly holy object, and some of her few clerics use these as holy objects. Her clergy accept offerings on her behalf, and they sell the safety of their own presence on board of ships. Donations to Umberlee are often high valuable gemstones and treasures that have already survived a journey across the high seas. Sometimes, during a storm, seafarers will throw valuables overboard to appease Umberlee, in hope she might spare them. And given her temperamental nature, she might or might not, for she is cruel, greedy, and has no firm ethical outlook, and does take pleasure in the drowning of sailors and the destruction of naval vessels, and even toying with her worshippers at times. She rarely favored individual mortals unless it benefited her in some way. Umberlee did not tolerate any one member of her clergy becoming famous and overshadowing the church of the goddess herself. Umberlee does have a large number of shrines in coastal cities, and sailors often leave flowers or small candies at them in hope that she will spare them on their next voyage. Her temples are always located along the coast or underwater. Many lie within sea caves as well. Both Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate have true temples dedicated to Umberlee, staffed largely by the widows of sailors lost at sea. Not strange that these temples are very important here due to the importance of sea trade for these cities. In relationship to other deities, Umberlee is strongly opposed to Selune, whose stars guide navigators at sea, Valkur, who guides travelers safely home, and Sune, whose beauty makes her green with envy, and Chauntea, for her dominion over land. Umberlee is also a member of the Deities of Fury, which is a collective of evil and destructive deities led by Talos the Destroyer. Even though Talos was her superior and patron, he often attempted to usurp Umberlee's power over sea storms and hurricanes, folding them under his own portfolio. Despite that, the Queen of the Depths positioned herself as a flirt, keeping herself in Talos's good graces, although her ambitions were limited by not being able to affect land directly. Given the opportunity, she would have gladly destroyed her patron, taking his portfolio of destruction for herself. A little thing to note is that beside human worshippers, Umberlee is also worshipped by a large number of sentient sea creatures like krakens, water genasi, and weresharks. Weresharks were created by Umberlee herself and are the only ones who worship her out of adoration and not out of fear. She created them as a way to mock her bitter opponent Selune, for Selune is invoked for non-evil lycanthropes. So Umberlee's temple is in Baldur's Gate and is called the Water Queen's home, and was featured a lot in Larian's city trailer, which makes me almost certain that there will be things to do here in the game. Quests or story content, who knows, but I'm very excited to visit the temple and see it for myself. While writing this episode, I was wondering if there will be sea or river related content. Will we be swimming or be on a boat? I doubt it, but who knows. Anyway, I think we can all agree we prefer to stay on land as to not venture into Umberlee's domain. Thank you all for watching, and I wish you a wonderful day. Like and subscribe if you enjoy these lore videos, because I do enjoy making these. Bye.